June 19th, 2019, Desmond Daniel Amofa, also known as Edeka, was found dead. I believe for a lot of us who grew up on the internet, at least for me, in my experience, this was my first real time I had seen suicide, like in media or from someone who I want. I won't say I was like the biggest fan, but I had a lot of good laughs watching him. Before he died, I remember watching some videos of him. I can't find him, but I him doing some fucked up shit. But he seemed like a very good person, but he was severely mentally ill, and he cried for help so many times. But I mean, for what I'm wearing, he got Clout Cobain essentially. He died for clout over clout, essentially, in a way, or more so, his audience became so desensitized and just untrusting, just in denial that he was like that. They were calling him a clown up until he was dead. I think even a little bit after, when people weren't quite sure if he's dead or not, they were still calling him a clown. He was a man unraveling before our very eyes, and no, we didn't stop him. His friends tried to help, and by like bringing him to the mental ward, but there's only so much we could do because he didn't himself want it. By the time he realized he needed it, it was too late. He was simply, this is like suicide by denial. You have so many mental breakdowns, but you just deny. You just can't fathom your own mind. It just doesn't fit. And it changed, it made him have this manic ego, believing that he was a god. And that he was the Antichrist, even. He was in control of the whole world. And people just laughed. People just thought he was doing it for attention. People just thought he was posting porn on his YouTube, posting multiple, like, very, very alarming things about suicide on his Twitter for attention. And while might have been true in the beginning, it definitely wasn't, at least not in the end. He was also suffering from intense paranoia. He was believing that someone was like watching for him, was trying to get him. Even like that there was snipers watching him in the Instagram live breakdown. He believed there was people trying to kill him. And we didn't stop him. We just fed into it. When he said that he was going to purge all life and that it's okay, he's not scared of dying, and no one else should be because we're all sinners. Even after he was let out, he denied it. He said that the people in there said he was completely okay. And people bought it. People assumed, oh, because he was out, that means that he was faking it. It was for attention, but no. Also because it didn't have like the face of suicide. In our minds, when we think of someone who's suicidal, different entertainment medias, we usually associate that with someone like in a straitjacket. Or someone just like a very convenient and easy face of suicide. Not the gray, real way it looks. Like how it looked with Desmond or Edeka. Suicide, it doesn't have a face. It doesn't have a universal image that if you see this, that means this person's suicidal. If you don't see this, they're not suicidal. It's so much more complicated than that. People even saw and read his suicide notes, like when his last message. I'll link it in the description. I'll tell you now, it's very hard to watch. It is literally a man. It's his suicide note in words as well as in text. And the way that people denied it. We denied him being suicidal even when that happened. Up until his body was found, people were denying it and calling him a clown. He was saying goodbye to everyone, saying that he was sorry for everything. And people still denied it. They couldn't accept that finality. The finality that he's gone, that he's going away. It's very hard for lots of us to accept a suicide, especially when many people could see themselves kind of blaming themselves for it because they would egg it on. Keep pushing and keep pushing, keep pushing. Yes, at the end of the day, and he says it himself, it's his decision. But many people led to the reason why he's dead. Many people have blood on their hands, like Keemstar. He really lives up to his nickname as Killer. He really, truly does. Back on the top of that video is very interesting. Like how he says he's ahead of the curve. I believe it was him referring to his God complex, thinking he's a god. But when he like got out of a manic episode, he realized not. He realized he's not, and that he pushed everyone away. And he thought it was too late, but no, it's never too late. No one is past the point of rehabilitation. Nobody is beyond and not worth saving. I don't care what your beliefs are. A human life is worth so much more than just money. Money isn't everything. It isn't. And when someone is obviously crying out for help, you need to recognize it. He couldn't admit it. He couldn't drop this mask, this image of, as he said, he couldn't drop this great image he had. Because it'd mess with it, like, people just wouldn't believe him. I mean, he kind of did almost drop the image, but people just didn't buy it. They just thought he was crazy or that he was attention seeking. He did kind of try to drop that image. People still didn't believe it. What I'm trying to do with this video is just shed some light on stories of people, or these videos, shed some light on some noticeable suicides that I've seen throughout my life, or that have in some way impacted me, so I can share it with others. Suicide isn't something that should be taboo. We shouldn't be making fun of people for it. We shouldn't be saying that sometimes there's a right reason and a wrong reason for killing yourself. They're all, you could say, wrong reasons. They're all equally as, like saying one person deserves, everyone is equally as deserving of it, I guess you could say. Not sure how you would phrase it. I hope you guys at least get what I'm saying. Like, you could say he didn't deserve it, that he was just weak, that, oh, he should have just, it's, people have gone through worse. Does it really matter? A man is dead. And we're just gonna make fun of him? That's what led to him dying in the first place. There's people making fun of him, trying to make light of suicide, trying to make light of human life and not viewing it as truly human, not viewing it as something worth saving. Rest in peace.